Welcome to Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Senior Adult Program Director, and we have a great show planned out for you today. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking with a young lady that I just met that is with the Mountain View Health and Rehab Center, and this is Lupe Marcia. She's the administrator. Thank you, Lupe, for joining us. I really appreciate you taking time to be with us today. Mountain View, I know, is on Murchison Street, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about, and that's been there for a long time.
Long time. It's
that facility.
Correct.
Tell us about your job and about Mountain View.
So we are licensed for 187 beds. They license all the nursing homes and with the Health and Human Services. We are one of the biggest with Creative Solutions. That's our company that manages us. We have over 170 buildings in Texas, and in El Paso they have 9 buildings, and we happen to be the biggest.
Facilities.
Yes, big company.
Wow.
So we're 2 stories. We serve residents who need short, long-term respite care, and it's just been an honor to be able to serve. For the last almost 30 years I've been doing this industry.
Wonderful.
So, yes.
And you're very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Sometimes people ask right off the bat, do you take insurance? You know,
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're in network with various insurances, Medicare primary, and then we do AmeriGroup, Molina, United Healthcare, WellMed, AmeriGroup, all the MMPs, Care Improvement Plus. One of the unique things is with Creative, we also are able to work with some of our community members from the hospitals who are SSI or Medicaid pending. And they're a case by case, and not a lot of nursing homes entertain it because it is a lot of work.
Yes.
But we have a committee that reviews it, and if they feel that they have the potential and they may have a good case, they allow them to join our homes.
Very good. And then you also have Tri-West for veterans.
Yes, we work
and
with
well
a lot
care.
of veterans, yes.
A lot of insurances that you can entertain and talk to the family, to the patient, and see if they're a good fit for you. Okay, and then clinical capabilities. That's really important, as well as miscellaneous services.
Yes, so a lot of people have a misconception that you go into a nursing home and have to stay there. Our goal is to graduate everyone. We want people to come in, if they've had a surgery, a fall, any type of change in their level of care, and they need a little bit of that strengthening. And so we work with them 2 to 4 weeks. We have an amazing rehab team, amazing with positive outcomes. Our length of stay is around 16 days. So that tells you our goal is not to keep you there with us forever. It's to get you strong and get you back into the community. We also offer mental health services through Deer Oaks. They help us with counseling, or they need some type of psychiatric medication management. We have a podiatrist. We try to bring the groups to the building so that they don't have to be going out while they're with us in that short term. So,
and sometimes when they end up in a setting, a hospital type rehab, they'll get depressed.
Yes.
And we don't want that.
No.
We want them to stay mentally and physically healthy and being able to go back home.
Yes.
That's where they like to be.
Yes, and we tell our families, come and visit them, bring their pets. They can have pet visits, and we want them while they're with us to make the rooms look comfortable and at home, because we're never going to be home, but we want them to feel at home while they're with us. We have a guest relations coordinator that welcomes everybody that comes through our front door, and they help them, orient them, kind of like HR does to new employees. Well, we have our guest relation that helps orient our new residents, because some of them have never entered a skilled nursing rehab. So the families are unaware. What do we expect? How do the meal services look? What are our options? Therapy times.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so important. I love the concept of the pillars. You have 6 pillars, and of course you can, for families, you can give tours, right?
Yes.
The orientation, and to let them know what your facilities are like, what the schedule might be like.
Yes.
Visiting times and all that. But tell me about those pillars. I'm really interested. You have 6 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we start?
Yes. Well, I think the key is because we are a nursing facility. Nursing is, manages, they are the umbrella to our facility. And we have our director of nursing. Her name is Vicky, and she runs the department. She's also been in this industry over 30 years. So she's well seasoned, and her team, she has RNs on all 7 days, which is not very common. So because of that, we're able to take more highly complex patients. So patients with the trach, patients that need TPN, patients who, the families are not aware of how to manage them, and they need to learn how to do that in our facility setting, and then they transition them home.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, we talk about meals. We love to eat, and our seniors, we want to give them their comidita, their meals that they can chew, all those kinds of things that need to be taken into consideration. Tell us about your meals.
Yes, I forgot to mention we're a 5-star in nursing services. So we're rated by Medicare and all the facilities. And so our goal is always to be a 5-star in quality measures. And I forgot to make that because it's so important to get there.
Yes.
And so we're very proud of our nursing department. Our meals are one of my favorite pillars because I enjoy, my quality of life is meals and food. Our chef, Gabriel Hernandez, and his team run an amazing department. They are able to provide homemade quality meals. We use local vendors. We're able to, our menu is very different from like East Texas or what, we're like very border town.
Yes.
So we have the salsas, we have, whatever it is that they want to, and then, so we have the menu, and if they want another option, we give them a second option. Plus we have items that are always available, like burritos and,
things
that
like
kind
that.
of that. Quesadillas.
That's nice. One of the things that we look for as we walk into these facilities that are skilled nursing or homes where we want our family members to be happy staying there, whether it's temporary or a little bit longer term, is the way the facility looks and how we feel when we walk in.
That's very key. I always compare it to our home. From the parking lot to make sure it looks nice and clean, groomed, and then you go inside, and just the way the no odors. Yes. It's very key. And so our company takes pride in having what's called a white glove inspection. So all 170 buildings are inspected by a team, and the goal is 95 and above. And so in El Paso, our housekeeping supervisor, Liz Lopez, has been able to maintain a 97 and above. She has the highest rating in the El Paso market because they take pride, like you have no idea. It's very clean.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
That's a good pillar. Customer service is another one. And we talked a little bit about customer service, how you greet the people that come into your facilities, but also enriching lives. And that's about activities, right? Tell us about that.
Well, I'm very proud to say Maria Lopez is part of the El Paso Community College family. Because of her, we've been able to network, and she has now been serving our residents for 2 years. They have activities 7 days a week. We're currently working on a volunteer program to help bring in even more outside, guest volunteers to help us. Yes. Religious events are very important. We have a new Father Garcia from St. Patrick's Cathedral who goes and gives Eucharist at the end of the month. So there's different programs. Plus we take them on outings. So it's a variety of events that Maria organizes and just make sure that they're thriving.
Yes. You take them shopping
sometimes? The casino. They went to Speaking Rock the other day.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. No, I wanted to go. They ate some of their menudo.
We don't have time to go. I know. We're working, but they have a good time.
Yes.
And these activities are so important as they meet each other, because socialization is very important. And for seniors. We don't want them to feel isolated or get depressed as they often do, and feel like they don't have friends. And so they'll make friends there, hopefully,
yes.
with the activities with Maria. I know you have birthday parties and stuff like that.
We have big birthday parties. We've just celebrated. We had a 65th wedding anniversary there. We had an actual new wedding of a couple that met there, reunited there because they hadn't seen each other many years, reunited there, and we had a wedding for them there. We just celebrated a 100th birthday party. We do big mariachi, big celebrations. It's all about, and the resident enjoys it, their family enjoys it, but all the other 140 patients enjoy it. So it's
and I have a feeling also that the employees enjoy it.
Yes,
too.
we do.
And we got to keep our employees happy too.
Yes.
And working with the seniors and meeting them and talking to them and making jokes with them and just having
We are,
employees.
for many, their family.
Yes.
And so, let's say of 140 residents, I want to say that a good 100 lack family support. So that's a lot of residents. And we end up like adopting them for Christmas, for the holidays. We end up being their family. So I tell everybody, make sure that, you welcome them with a smile, that I say compassionate care, because we were given the option to be humble servants, and we are here to serve them in whatever capacity. We don't know if today might be their last breath. So we want to ensure their quality of life. And yes.
Beautiful. You're going to be joining us for Grandparents' Day to celebrate Grandparents' Day. And then look forward to Christmas because we have Navidad on the border.
Yes.
Bring your residents to the Navidad on the border. We're planning that. And then the Love Conference in February or on Valentine's. So we're going to keep you busy.
Yes.
And keep these seniors coming to the community college as we offer activities, and staying engaged with community is really important. So we hope that our new partnership will last for a long time. Thank you so much for being here. I know you value your employees, and we value you as community partners. I want to give your phone number now.
Yeah, so
and how they can contact you.
Rhiannon Aguirre is our marketing director, and her direct number is 915-412-8541. She's a cell phone, a text away, but our actual facility number is 544-2002. So either one, they can call. Well, we're always available. We're here to serve.
Enjoyed this conversation with you and meeting you, Lupe Marcia, as the administrator of the Mountain View home. I keep calling it nursing home, but it is something else.
Health and rehab. Yes.
So thank you so much for being here. And it's so good to meet you. Come back again.
Absolutely.
And say hello to Maria and everybody.
I will. I'll give her a big hug from you. God bless.
And we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
Come back.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back with more guests here on Mature Living. I hope you've enjoyed this one because we want you to learn about the facilities that are available to families here in this community. We'll be back. Thank you for staying with us. Of course, this is Mature Living, and I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program here at the El Paso Community College. And as promised, great interview coming up. Wait till you hear about this class, okay? We've got Grace Ortiz, who works with Adult Protective Services. She's got a long title that she's going to give us, but really, she's a faculty member with our Senior Adult Program, and that's what's important right now. And this class that she's designed, it's called Getting Older Does Not Have to Be Hard. You want to find out about that? We're just going to ask her about that. Getting older does not have to be hard. Tell us, Grace.
You know, Miss Mary, when I first started teaching this class, it's going to be 10 years now.
10 years ago.
And, you know, we wanted to get a title that would catch the eye of our seniors and make them wonder, should I take this class or not? And so I've had the pleasure of being their instructor now for 10 years. Wow. I learn with them. We learn together. But it's a class about just getting ready, being prepared, and making sure that we have our ducks in a row. Because funny, when we start our career and when we're young, we have all these people who are mentors and they guide us.
Yes.
And in the middle of it, during our getting married, having kids, raising our kids, we also have friends that will guide us. Well, why is it that we don't have anybody in the third phase of our lives to guide us or help us?
Yes.
And so those are the phone calls I get almost every day that say, I don't know what to do. This happened.
I don't know how to start.
How do I go from here? I had this bump on the road. And so this class is designed all about that.
Wow. And it's about getting organized, isn't that? I am so not organized, so not organized that I need to take that class. And you help me, and you help your students.
Yes, so we do 2 classes through the semester, where it's called Getting Positively Organized. And it's all about organizing your life, from your home to your legal matters, to your medical history, to your medical situation, to your finances, everything about organizing your life. So let's just say you have to go in and have just a little bit of a gallbladder surgery, a simple surgery, but you're going to be away for a little bit. And you want to make sure that somebody knows everything about you. You tell them about your notebook, a family member. In my notebook, you'll know everything about me, my medical, how I run my home, how I pay my bills.
How about our pets? How about our pets?
It's all in there. How to take care of your pet, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. All of that's in there. So it takes 2 classes, but we give them the book. I'm grateful that the college can print it up and they can have the book. But you got to be there and you got to learn about it. And of course, once I teach you, it's all on you to fill out those sheets and getting your life organized. Yeah. So we had a student who has passed away, Miss Julie Cruz, remember her?
Yes.
And I remember that she called me 6 months after taking my class and just wanted to tell me I did it. And I said, what did you do? I thought, what did she do? She said, I finished. My book is done. And it took her 6 months, but she had extensive medical issues. So that section was really big for her.
The medical.
And so all of those things, legal matters, I just try to teach you to be ready.
Even how many doctors you see? 6, 5, 6
All the
doctors?
doctors you have will be in there, what medications you take. And then we talk about money matters, how to save.
How about that safety deposit box key? Where is it?
All of those things will teach you how to organize, how to have it, notes in there about your life. If you're very involved in the community, and there's a sheet in there that talks about all your friends or your civic organizations, so that if you want them to know you're a little under the weather, your family can call them and say, she's not making it to the meetings, this is why, but send her a note to say hi. And it's all in there. So my goal is to get you organized in those 2 classes.
We haven't talked about when the class is and when it starts.
September 14th is our kickoff for this semester. It starts the 14th and will be ending the first week of September. It's every Saturday. And my class is at 9050 Viscount Building B. But you got to register. You have to register to be in my class. Yes. And it's from 9 to 11, 2 hours every Saturday morning. Give me 2 hours. I will give you 2 hours, you give me 2 hours. But we get to learn together.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. I've started the class and then I get busy and I have meetings and I never finish. But I want to register for your class because I really need to get organized. Because how are my family going to know how I want my funeral, or what are my desires, or what organizations, like you say. You also have speakers.
Yes, so every class I'll teach on a specific subject: caregiving burnout. I want to teach you how to be positive, 6 dimensions of well-being. I'll talk about adult protective services. So many topics that I know might benefit you, but at the end of the class I always try to make 15 minutes so I can have special guests. Yes. I try to get Area Agency on Aging, BNVV, maybe Humana, about what they do. And I do have one special guest that will give you 2 hours of her time. So I have an attorney that comes and speaks about legal matters, because that's very, very important. Do you have a will? Do you have a power of attorney? These are topics that we don't like to talk about. We're so fearful. I ask my students, how many of you have a will? And nobody raises their hand. And then I'll ask, why? And they go, oh, because if I do my will, I'll die. I was like, oh my goodness, no, you won't. Just be ready. I want you to be prepared, because nowadays we have to be prepared.
Absolutely. And those forms, we know people have passed. They didn't make any arrangements on powers of attorney or medical powers of attorney. A lot of important forms, so that the family won't struggle, that they won't have to go through probate or the judge making a decision or whatever. And it's sad. It's sad. And all they had to do is come to your class.
And possibly get some free legal advice and be prepared. Just, I want you, I tell everybody we all have a story, but I want my seniors to end their story the way they want to end it, not the way somebody else wants to end it.
And what if you're a caregiver and you're taking care of a spouse or a sister or brother or a grandchild or whatever that you're...
You would benefit from my class, because I'm talking about certain topics that might help you just breathe a little better. Like I said, I talk about caregiving burnout. I want people to know that caregivers are important too, but we have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. So those 2 hours, to me, I look at it as a little bit of a break and learning and being able to take care of yourself by learning something new. So again, register. Call the office, the Senior Adult Program, at 915-831-7801. Register for this class. I'd love to have you.
It's free, isn't it?
It's free for anybody.
Tuition free. What more do they want?
I'll tell you a story, Miss Mary. Last semester, back last spring, I had a lady bring her 2 children with him. And
adult children?
Adult children, but it was good because they brought her in. She couldn't drive. They brought her in. They sat her in. But I got to see the look on those children's faces every time we had a lesson. The light was going on. The light was turning on every time. And at the very end of our semester, they thanked me. And they said, I'm going to do a better job in taking care of my mom. And I was like, I did something right.
Oh, wonderful. And helping her get organized and make sure her desires are met.
Exactly.
At end of life. And it isn't about dying. It's about living.
It's about, like I said, the final chapter of your life should be the best one. You have control of it, but the only way you can do it is doing it right. Get organized. Learn what's out there. I would hate to think that I have a senior or an older adult who's at home without food, not knowing who to turn to, hurting, being exploited, not knowing that they could probably qualify for a provider or being able to get some mental health help. People, sometimes we have this shame factor. We're older. I don't want to bother anybody. No, we need to get the help that you need so you can live at home with dignity and respect. And I'll teach you how to do that in my class.
Remember when we first talked about Carol Menensis, Dr. Menensis' wife? The doctor, her husband, took care of all the business of paying and banking and all that stuff, insurance and everything. And the wife, Carol, didn't know anything about the home or what bills they had. And she wrote a book, How to Get
Positively Organized.
Positively Organized.
And that's the one that I'm teaching. That's my skeleton for the class, to teach you in two classes. But how many families do we know, Miss Mary? We do know some friends right now that hubby was in charge of everything.
Yes.
From life insurance to bills to expenses to everything in the home, how to pay everything. And then when they get sick or they pass away
dementia,
suddenly, they have no clue how to run the home or what was what or how they managed or what were the passwords or how do I do this. And they're really stressed. The wife is stressed or the husband's really stressed. So again, that book will help you and guide you. There shouldn't be any secrets.
Should couples come?
Absolutely. I'm there to guide them and to show them that just because you're in the 3rd phase of your life, it's not over. It's just the beginning.
Okay, good. You're very positive in your class. I know that animas, you get people excited about getting their booklet. their little binder full and with information, and sharing it with your children or whoever's going to be the power of attorney, so that they can also share it with your attorney that's doing a will, making sure all those forms are there in one place.
In one place that you just have to go and grab it if something were to happen, and you know where everything's at, and you don't have to be shuffling through files or paperwork or wondering, where did I put my will? It should be, a copy should be in that book.
And where did I make arrangements to pay my funeral? What funeral home did I go to? What services do I have? What's left that has to be paid? Even the internment, and the cemetery. All those things could be in there, huh?
Absolutely. Everything can be in there, and you can be organized.
What is your most frequently asked question of your students over the years? You must have some
interesting
goodies.
Questions. Well, one of the things that they really are fearful is, how can I make this easier for my children? Yeah. The parent is so fearful. What can I do? And when I tell them about the organization of the book, or I tell them make a plan, and with courageous conversations, because I don't want to bother my children.
Yes.
But
famous
we
words.
need to talk to our children, and we need to tell them what our plans are, where you have everything at. If something were to happen, this is what I want, and this is how I want it done, because somebody has to know. And so there's always that one little issue where they just don't want to bother anybody. And the word bother shouldn't be there.
I don't want to bother my children. I don't want to be a burden.
Exactly. Don't worry about that. I think that children will be grateful if you have those courageous conversations.
But you have it now and suffer, or not suffer, or, you don't have that conversation and you suffer later. So we don't want our children to be confused, to be upset because, why didn't mom tell me? Why didn't she, prepare us?
Exactly. So it doesn't hurt, like I said, and that's why I call them courageous conversations, because it does take a little courage, because we don't like to talk about these things.
Yeah.
But you can do it. Yeah. And I hope I give them the power and inspire them to say, I can do this and I can talk to my children.
Even knowing where to shut off the water in your home.
We talk about that. How do you run your home?
Because even I have to check to see where my switches are for the electricity when something snaps or whatever.
All of that is in that book that you can put little notes in so that you can remember and you won't get yourself in a pickle when you're in that pickle.
So I think you're going to get a lot of students. I think your class already has made, but we can accept more students in your class. Can you give your contact information, of course, the college?
So you can always call the Senior Adult Program at 915-831-7801. And you can ask them, and they can register you, and they can assist you with that. And then my number is 915-667-0206. You can always call me, ask questions. If I don't answer, that's because I'm doing something like this, but I always call back.
Good.
And I'd love to hear from you. And hopefully I can have some new students.
Absolutely.
And that I can learn from them, because honestly, they inspire me, and I hope I inspire them.
I'm sure they do. So let's inspire our faculty, our Senior Adult Program faculty members like Grace Ortiz, who is so wonderful. You will enjoy this class, and you will learn so much. It's going to be to your benefit. Thank you, Grace, for being with us.
Thanks for inviting
me. We really
Mary.
appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms.
Have a great semester.
All ready for it.
Yeah, all ready for it. I'm so glad. And so we'll be seeing you in our classes, okay? Senior Adult Program, she's already given the phone number. It's on your little monitor. So you be sure and call us. Senior Adult Program, El Paso Community College. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you all next week. More great information to share.